Shake Them Ropes, Independence Day edition. Jeff Hawkins, Rob McCarran. Rob, the pressing question for everybody. Was the Oba Femi King of the Ring win and then subsequent Brock Lesnar match a bait and switch?
Jeff Hawkins, good to see you, first of all.
Hello.
Happy 4th of July to you. Happy 3rd of July to you.
Mm-hmm.
Happy 5th of July. You know what? I hope every day in July is great for you. We spent the entirety, outside of our very in-depth 5-minute preview of Forbidden Door, we spent the entirety of last week's episode trying to make sense of what we thought the SummerSlam matches might be. Like, okay, if Oba Femi is wrestling Brock Lesnar, let's see how they get there. Clearly, he wouldn't win King of the Ring. Clearly. So how does Jey Uso get to his title match? And Cody Rhodes, Jey Uso, is that a night 1 main event? Is that a night 2 main event? Could this open the show? Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes is kind of weird to put on SummerSlam. Well, fuck me, they didn't. Because, yeah, it didn't. None of it mattered. None of it mattered. Now, I get there's a lot of arguments that I've been seeing, and I've tried not to read too much. In fact, I have a new game for us to play later on, Jeff. And I think you'll like this, and we'll see how it goes for the first time ever.
Is it talk with your hands? Because I'm really enjoying this, by the way, Rob.
But how is it not? Is it a bait and switch? Not necessarily, because it's not like you promised us Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar and then didn't deliver it. It's not like you promised us Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes and then didn't deliver it. They didn't promise us anything. What the only thing you could say they promised is, yeah, the winner gets a world title match. But guess what? It's not up to us if they actually get it. It's up to the person who won the right to go. And the person who won the right to go does not fucking want it. So who am I to say, no, Oba, you have to take it? Because in that way, I'm just a bully. I'm bullying Oba Femi. And you know what I wouldn't do? I would not bully Oba Femi. I wouldn't do that. So if Oba doesn't want this title match against Roman Reigns or Cody Rhodes right now, so be it. But it shouldn't be a situation where, no, I don't want it on that show. I'll take it some other time. No, bro, you don't get it. You got to earn it all over again. And in that way, was King of the Ring just a big waste of time? Yeah. Oba Femi, you can't even call him King of the Ring. You know what? He forfeits because he doesn't take the prize. No bait and switch. No bait and switch. But it is. I'm not going to give a shit about King of the Ring next year. Not that anyone really did this year even. But you certainly can't give a shit about it next year because, oh, you're telling me the winner gets a title match at SummerSlam? Maybe. Maybe unless they want a bigger fight. Maybe unless they want the elusive return of Goldberg next year. Maybe they want to be the one who retires Goldberg. You know what? He's already been retired. Doesn't matter. I want Goldberg. I want Brock Lesnar. I want Sting. I want Kurt Angle. We're not going to care about it next year. It's not a bait and switch. It's not a bait and switch. They didn't promise us Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and we're not getting Oba versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. So it's not a bait and switch, but it devalues the King of the Ring, and Oba Femi should not just get the title match after Brock Lesnar just because. He shouldn't just because.
Note to our audio-only listeners, you must really see this Rob cutting a promo on video to truly, truly appreciate it.
You know what, Jeff Hawkins? My goal is to sell the video version of this show. And you know what? If I have to go nuts on the video version, I'm gonna go nuts.
Okay, enough of that blurry background from me.
Try to disagree. With everything I just stated.
I don't disagree. I think they did it in the worst way possible, though, where Oba, who hasn't been on the main roster for 5 minutes, comes in and goes, title shots come and go. Or title shots will come. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well, I mean, he's
how do you
confident.
know that? Go talk to Big E Langston about that. How many title
Right.
shots is he gonna get in his
What
future?
if?
None.
Well, you know what? Okay, that's a valid point, and I want you. I hopefully you will give me the grace to respond to all of these valid points for myself, for the WWE fan, for Oba Femi, because you called him out. Oba Femi, you're trying to bully Oba Femi now. You are trying to be the bully of Oba Femi. Oba Femi is confident. Obviously, his first big deal in WWE, he challenged Brock Lesnar for WrestleMania.
Mhm.
Okay. He challenged Brock Lesnar. So clearly, this guy is like, I'm the big dog now. Yeah, title matches are going to come. I don't want him to be this humble, like, oh, this is the most glorious opportunity. I can't believe my eyes. I finally won King of the Ring. I'm finally getting a title shot. You said it yourself. He's only been here for 4 months. Like, finally getting a title shot. The guy barely deserves one. He beat Jey Uso. Guess who hasn't beat Jey Uso? Nobody. Everyone's beaten Jey Uso. Okay. So if he wants to go finish, his first big thing when he came in here was pushing out Brock Lesnar. If the guy who spent his entire run on the main roster trying to push out Brock Lesnar wants to finish the job, so be it. It's not an argument that you're making Brock Lesnar more important than the title because of who is going after him. Who is going after him is Oba Femi. If Jey Uso won the King of the Ring and he said, you know what, I don't want Cody or Roman, I want to wrestle Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. It's not the same thing. This is Oba Femi's first priority right now. So let him go finish it. It all has to do with context of who actually is going through, who actually won. He's the king of the ring. If he's uncrowned champion, if he wants to do all that, he's still got to earn it. You know, because if he goes out and loses to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam and I'm Adam Pierce, I'm like, bro, you gave up your title match and you're on a losing streak. I'm not giving you a title match. You have to earn it all over again. And we haven't gotten there yet. Now, of course, he's going to go beat Brock Lesnar. He's going to be the king of the ring. He's the number one freaking contender if he does both of those things, and that's okay.
Okay, I'll retort in this way. So by your reasoning, then Gunther taking on Nick Aldis is just as big of a title.
No, no, how's that remotely the same thing?
No,
Did Nick Aldis have a title match? Did Nick Aldis have a match with him at WrestleMania, and he's been trying
no,
to get over that hump?
no. I'm
No, you
just
know what? Gunther shows up to this brand. Okay, he's been getting shit ever since coming to this brand. He's getting Sami Zayn pushed in his title matches. And now he wants to he wants to go after the commissioner of SmackDown, the GM of SmackDown. You know what? It's weird, but what else is he going to do? He's kind of tied because in his mind, and granted, this is backstage after SummerSlam, he's probably thinking, okay, King of the Ring is probably going after Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns is going to have to do something. I'm not on Raw anymore, so I can't wrestle him. I don't have a valid option for SummerSlam, so why not fuck with the GM? Why not?
duly noted. I'll let you take the reins from here.
And how dare you try to throw my own words back at me? How dare you, Jeff Hawkins?
How dare I?
How dare I?
Uh,
So no, I am not bent over the coals, bent out of shape, whatever the expression might be. If I'm
bent
bent
out
over
of
the coals
shape.
at this,
Okay.
this would be a whole different scenario. Okay, but I am not standing in front of the stars and stripes here to talk about. Oh, Oba Femi Oba Femi discredited the value of the King of the Ring. A tournament, by the way, that wasn't even defended in this country, was defended in Saudi Arabia, which is a Saudi Arabia event nowadays, which is fine. That's okay. But, like, why do we care about the King of the Ring stipulation of a title match right
No,
now? They
you're
don't.
exactly. I need to cut you off here because you are
I am
exactly.
so
Look,
right.
this
I
is
am
the
so
Fourth of
right.
July. This is Fourth of July weekend. This is our Independence Day. We have no kings here in the United
We
States
have
of
no
America.
kings. No kings. No kings. You know what? No kings, no queens. But I'm also like, this is this is the company that's played with the stipulation of a much grander prize in the Royal Rumble. Like we have had title shots
Yes.
that have been taken at different moments. We have had the Royal Rumble played with. So I'm not going to sit here on a high holy ground and say you have devalued the credit and you have discredited the King of the Ring tournament by doing this. Oba Femi wants to go finish Brock Lesnar. He didn't know Brock Lesnar was going to show up that night. And you know what? Plans change, sir. plans change. And they pivoted in a cool way because honestly, if you're talking about the number one contender right now for Roman Reigns' title, I can't think of too many better options than a Seth Rollins, even though he hasn't really beaten anyone outside of Braun Breaker. I mean, he's still probably one of the more prominent people to get that title match. But at the same time, I mean, we're just a couple of days away right now, right, from the Chicago SmackDown. Where are you, Punk? Like you're running out of time to get that match here at SummerSlam. Where is you?
I don't have a problem with Seth Rollins versus Roman. I have a problem with his guys. We're both at the near the end of our term, and we're old now, and these youngins are
We're
coming
old
up.
now.
I'm like,
We're old now.
I'm like, okay, well, maybe we should see the young guys be facing you guys.
Seth Rollins just turned 40, by the way. And I get it.
Yeah.
That's like a line of demarcation 20 years ago about who's old and who's young. But Seth Rollins still got a legit 5 years of being
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily a young guy, but like the road ain't ending right now. And I
No,
don't know if you know this, but I mean, the main event of SummerSlam is being done by Brock Lesnar, who I believe right now is 62 years old.
we
And I
got
don't
all
want you to
these.
check me on that.
I'm
I
not
don't
going
want
to
you to
check
check
you
me on
on
that.
that, but I mean, it's funny because we have Seth saying this. We have Kenny Omega at 39 going, don't know how
Well,
many title shots I have left.
well, Kenny Omega's a different situation, right? And honestly, Seth Rollins is kind of in this same boat because they do have a lot more injuries lately. Seth Rollins
True.
has to fight those back injuries, has been having to fight these knee injuries, whether they're fake or real. Kenny Omega's gone through a lot of stuff. The diverticulitis, there's a lot of stuff going on there. The whole midsection injury issues that he's had because he's had the hernias too. But Brock Lesnar did all that, and again, I remind you, Brock Lesnar at 62 years old is wrestling in the main event of SummerSlam.
Fair enough. Where would you like to go?
It's. I would like to play a game with you, Jeff
Okay,
Hawkins.
here we go.
I would like to play a game of let's respond to only the headlines. I am going to read some headlines from the WrestlingObserver.com
Oh
website.
God. Oh
And
no,
I
don't.
we're
Because
going
they're
to
all.
play responding. We're not going to go into context. We're not going to figure out what this headline is supposed to mean in context. We're just going to play a game. Okay.
Let
If
me
you're in
let.
trouble, if you're worried, I will say unnamed.com website.
No. I'm not worried about that. It's just one of these pain points of the message board at the WrestlingObserver.com that they're doing
Don't
nothing
be
but
afraid.
clickbait
Don't be
now.
afraid. Go
Oh, I'm not
go
afraid
go
of them.
listen. Go
I'm
listen to your
not.
Weezer albums and not be afraid of these guys on posting on boards. Okay. So we're gonna do this,
Okay,
Jeff.
here we go.
We're
Let's
gonna do
go.
this. Now it's
Let's
not
do
gonna
it.
be painful. It's
Oh,
not
it's
gonna be
not. No, I
painful.
know. I know.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. All right. So we're gonna respond to only the headlines, and we're gonna go in depth on this. Now this relates to Raw. This is something that was happening on Raw. Paul Heyman has aligned himself with Brock Lesnar again on television, and there's some weirdness going on with the Vision. This is a headline currently up on WrestlingObserver.com. WWE reportedly considering the future of the Vision faction. Jeff Hawkins, what do you have to say about this headline?
Oh no shit. Are we not considering the future of every faction?
Do we not consider the future of every fucking thing on the TV show every fucking week? What are we gonna do next week with these guys, bro? What's our end game with these guys, bro? Are we not considering the future? WWE reportedly considering the future of Oba Femi.
What?
WWE considering the future of Roman Reigns. Duh! We're considering the future of everything weekly on this show, guys. What are you talking about? Now, granted, I'm sure in the context of this story, it's like, will the faction even exist after a while? Which makes sense. I mean, gosh, they have had some bad luck. They have had some bad luck with Logan Paul. They have had some bad luck with Bronson Reed. Braun Breaker got hurt, couldn't wrestle at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins got hurt, which caused them to eliminate him from the faction in the beginning. Everyone in this faction has gotten hurt. We have Austin Theory, who's doing his thing with Maxine. Now, will that go somewhere? Is it just now canon on television that they are kind of together or kind of friends and we're not really meant to deeply look into this? Will it actually end up being a situation where Maxine kind of at the helm of the Chad Gable situation. Does she fully go heel in some way and she aligns herself with an Austin Theory to maybe make him more interesting? The bad luck continues because Austin Theory's in the damn group in the first place.
Yes.
The Vision has had some bad luck. Where do you see the future of the Vision?
I don't see it because I think, well, maybe they do. Maybe they
You got
keep it, but they throw Austin Theory out, and then it's just
just throw them out.
Logan, Braun, whenever Bronson can come back, and then Heyman's aligned with Brock. There's your four.
Okay.
And then in
Well,
your theory of the Vision being in some sort of war games and experimenting, Austin Theory is going to
well,
join that Seth Rollins Street Profits side.
well, honestly, now with them pushing so hard based on Raw that Seth Rollins has put the Vision behind him,
Okay.
with the fact that they're considering the future of the Vision, just looking at the TV stuff, if we even ignore the stories and the headlines, because that's an awful convenient headline to come out. Like you could
Mm-hmm.
literally make a headline about the future of something working or not about almost anything on TV. Uh, I don't think we're at this point this week. Last week, I would have said, you know what? I think the War Games is even more likely.
Okay.
Okay. Unless somehow Braun Breaker ruins the Seth Rollins title match against Roman Reigns, which I don't even know if Braun kind of has to build himself back up a little bit. Like that was a putting of Brock Lesnar down or Braun Breaker down at
Yes.
Night of Champions. Seth
Yes.
Rollins defeated him and defeated him like big time. Seth Rollins now moving on to this title picture. Seth Rollins might just be a one match and he's out and he has to find something else to do. Very well. The tag team division is kind of different now. Not all the focus is on the Visions. Joe Hendry is still kind of involved. I would put stock if this were a basketball game or a soccer game or any sporting event where you see that momentum meter and it's like the first half, it's really going up. The Knicks have a 90% chance to win. But then in the third quarter, it's like down again because they get tied and it's even 50-50. The momentum for a possible Survivor Series War Games match between the Vision and Seth Rollins group, I would say is more towards the downslope on the momentum meter right now. It's not looking super likely just because of how definitive they seemed with Seth Rollins moving on. So yeah, maybe you break up the Vision. Maybe Logan Paul goes away again because he still has the arm injury, and I get he's healing faster than any human has ever healed. That's okay, but maybe you take him off TV a little bit to maybe have him do something when he comes back that's completely away from the Vision. Maybe Bronson Reed comes back and you don't even mention about the Vision stuff. There's a very clear way they could kind of break everything off, and maybe that's part of the rebuilding of Braun Breaker, that he just breaks everything off and says, obviously, leading this group didn't help me. It's time for me to focus on myself again. Maybe something like that happens and the Vision completely does go away. But yeah, considering the future of a group, you always do that.
Okay, let's keep the momentum going and give me
The
the next
momentum,
headline.
the momentum meter, the momentum, as one would say.
What's the next headline?
Roderick Strong praises Triple H and Shawn Michaels. That's it. That's the headline. Roderick Strong praises Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Jeff Hawkins, is this a shot at Tony Khan?
No, of course not. It's chumming the water though for trouble by the Wrestling Observer headline writers who it's like, okay, so what? Everybody, if you're working in a company for a long period of time, you're going to have positive things probably to say about your boss. I mean, I hate these types of headlines, to be honest with you. It's like, oh, does that mean he's unhappy? It's like, do you like pancakes? Or it's like, I like pancakes. Oh, do you hate waffles? No, I don't hate waffles. I just want, hey, I'm praising the people I used to work for because I'm not going to burn a bridge. I'm going to be nice in the media, and you never know. I praise bosses I hated because I never know when I may need a recommendation or something. This is such a nothing headline to me.
It is funny sometimes because there's a lot of aggregation websites out there. There's a lot of websites that will, post stories based on interviews and based on things that the talent does outside of the television shows. Fightful does this a lot, and it's not a bad thing. Is they will take an interview with a wrestler and probably make 5 or 6 stories out of it because they say 5 or 6 interesting things that would
Hmm.
get clicks, but are also maybe worth noting, maybe going back in the history of something. What's weird about this headline being on here, because this is the exact story of what that is. Roderick Strong did an interview. He talked about his growth in WWE and he praised Triple H and Shawn Michaels. But F4W Online, WrestlingObserver.com, they're the same website if you're unfamiliar. They don't usually do that. They're not the ones who are aggregating interviews outside very, very often, at least not as headlines themselves. They might be in the daily updates that Wrestling Observer posts, but they're usually not individual stories. So maybe this is a shift to what WrestlingObserver.com wants
It
to do,
is.
but
It is.
but it is a very interesting headline because it also, like, Roderick Strong praises Triple H and Shawn Michaels, period. Not for his development, for his WWE tenure. There's
For
no,
his,
like,
for his cooking
it,
skills, you know.
it's like you really a clickbaity headline because you have to go click and see what is he praising them
Yes.
for. Is he praising them for their creative genius right now? Is he praising them for something related to AEW and versus WWE? But no,
They
he's praising them for,
hold on,
duh,
they have such good hygiene and they smell nice all the time.
their rings are just so bouncy. So bouncy. So yeah, it's a weird headline, but Roderick Strong praises Triple H and Shawn Michaels. We are just responding to the headline and not going deeper into the context. By now, most of you have heard Sami Zayn, and I got to tell you, Jeff Hawkins, we did a hell of a job on our preview show last week. I don't think we missed a single prediction. Not a single. I think we nailed every single one. Maybe one or two. In fact, no, I know we nailed every single one. And I'm counting the AEW show too. Counting the AEW show. I think we got every single one correct. One of the ones that we got correct is we were like, you know what? These odds are kind of long for Sami Zayn, and they probably shouldn't be. And guess what? Sami Zayn at Night of Champions won the SmackDown Championship, the WWE Championship. Sami Zayn is your new champion. And that gave us this headline, Jeff Hawkins. Sami Zayn reveals John Cena's text after championship win. You did it your way. Jeff, what do you have to say about that headline?
Fed to the Wrestling Observer writer by WWE PR. Because it's just, it's such a lame text, anyways. But the fact that it's John Cena, so it has a certain sense of import into it. You did it your way. You're the last good guy, or whatever. It plays into the gimmick. It's completely a corporate fed headline. That's what it is.
I can tell you right fucking now that it wasn't Sami Zayn's way to be like, I hope I never win the title until 2026 as he's coming into WWE. He didn't do it his way. He literally had to do it Vince McMahon and Triple H's way. For the
Yes.
last 12 years of his
Yes.
career. He had to do it their way. John Cena, you are wrong based on this headline. You did not accurately describe what Sami Zayn did. He did not do it his way at all. And that is my response to that headline, sir. I'm looking here. There
Next.
was there was a headline. There was a headline up, and I honestly don't even know if it's up anymore because I really wanted to respond to it. It was literally the headline that made me think, oh, we should respond and play this little game. And now I'm not even seeing it on the main
Do you
page
remember
here.
what it is?
Oh, what was it about? What was it about? I
Was it
think it
about
was
John
something
Cena's
related.
hair plugs?
No, it wasn't about John Cena's hair plugs. Although on the Sami Zayn text message front, it has been pretty cool to see things like Kevin Owens, and it's kind of cool to see John Cena responding, and Randy Orton, and a lot of these Cody Rhodes, a lot of these guys who have worked with Sami Zayn for a long, long time are like, yeah, that was a pretty fucking cool moment. You beat Cody Rhodes, and not many people in the company over the last 3 years get to beat Cody Rhodes. You won the title. You were a hero in Saudi Arabia, which is one of the main factors why we thought that win could come there, because he always gets a great reaction in Saudi Arabia. He's not an American, so like they do kind of see Sami Zayn as an even bigger superstar in that area because of his nationality, his history. And the fact that, yeah, he was a little bit of an underdog. And, the underdog story does get over huge in Saudi Arabia. We still have the Royal Rumble where Mansoor won, which is still a pretty cool moment, despite the fact that Mansoor is not in the company anymore and they didn't capitalize on it. But there's some cool moments that do happen in Saudi Arabia. So, yeah. Oh, this was the one. This is the headline I think that I wanted us to respond to. Reason why WWE Night of Champions 2026 had expanded PLE card. Obviously, this headline gives us no information. It is literally telling you to click for the reason why. It's not report. ESPN reportedly, or ESPN wanted more matches on the show. It doesn't tell you. You have to click. Reason why WWE Night of Champions 2026 had expanded card. Now, this one we kind of have to go in the context for, because otherwise we'd have fuck all to say about it, because you can't defer anything in here. But we even noted it last week on the preview show. This card is going to have, I think it was 6 matches, up from the usual 4 or 5.
Hmm.
I think, did it even end up having 7? I can't remember if it had 7 matches on it. But there were 2 matches for free. That was your King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring finals. And then the remainder of the card took place on the ESPN app for ESPN Unlimited. Jeff Hawkins, they're trying to say in this report that ESPN wanted more matches for people to pay for, which seemingly was a struggle with the reason why, if you're giving away the main events for free on ESPN, are you actually disincentivizing people to sign up for ESPN Unlimited because the real main events have already happened? Can I just get the results online or maybe see the rest in the future on the SmackDown or a Raw because I know who won the main events? What do you have to say about ESPN reportedly wanting more matches on the actual PLE card? And is this something that we might see even more so in the future?
Well, they need it because ESPN Plus doesn't bring in a lot of things other than baseball for
It,
the most part, from what
it's
I've
really
seen.
it's one free baseball game if you're not a subscriber to MLB TV. Lately, it has been some of the extra footage around tennis tournaments and golf. So, like for Wimbledon, for example, there were some matches that were paywall to ESPN Unlimited versus in the past they had been on ESPN Plus or ESPN 3. So you do have to have Unlimited now for more things, but really, when it comes to a main event type level, when it comes to a really big event, WrestleMania still is kind of the only thing available on ESPN Unlimited. It's prelim tennis, it's
Hmm.
prelim golf, and it's ESPN Unlimited's presentation of WWE. So yes, they probably need more, and it seems like they're coming after WWE for a little bit of that more.
Right, but they're also saying mixed messages. They're probably saying, "Hey, we want stars on the stuff we're putting on ESPN, but
Yeah.
you guys need more matches." And what WWE needs to do is put more stars on ESPN Plus to drive subscriptions. I think you're
Mhm.
exactly right. This is
Yeah.
just okay, great. Yeah, we're gonna put the 2 biggest draws onto the free TV, and then we're going to
Right.
tell you make sure you subscribe so you can see Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton muck it up.
It is it is weird, right? Because you look at AEW Zero Hour. Like if AEW was putting Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay from All In on the 0 hour, and then be like, okay, if you want to see the other matches we have, sign up, watch this pay per view. But here's your main event on the free show. It's back in the day, Sunday Night Heat. If Steve Austin versus The Rock took place on Sunday Night Heat, and they were like, okay, now for the rest of the show, go and buy. That's the strategy here, kind of, is give 2 of the main events. And now it's not always this way. It hasn't been this way. They've given a big match and then they've given kind of like a mid-level card match. But
Right.
when your event is effectively King of the Ring, you gave the King of the Ring final in the first hour for free on ESPN. And it looks as if, based on this story, if you do click into the context, which I never would because that's not the game, the context is this is probably going to stick around until after SummerSlam, potentially all the way to Survivor Series. Um, Now, most likely, it's going to stick around until college football takes place, because I can't imagine they're going to do college football preemptions for the first hour of a pay per view. But maybe we might see it when football starts. So at least it's going through SummerSlam. We're going to see some of the matches, potentially even Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar on ESPN. And it's just a very interesting strategy because it's reverse of what they've always done with the first hour of shows in the wrestling space. The first hour has always been, let's hype up these matches you could see, but you have to pay for,
Mm-hmm.
but give them a little taste. Give them a taste of like, you know what, I do want to see these matches, and that match was pretty cool. So maybe I will take a look at what else is happening on the show. It's
What
not happening now.
what they need is a main event angle on one of these shows to drive people to then buy the pay per view for the match that'll happen later.
Yeah. What's your main event angle we talked about last week?
I
What
don't
are the
know, but
true main
I'm just
event
saying.
angles?
I'm just saying in general. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe we tease that Brock Lesnar is coming on the pay per view later or something to that effect.
Well, WWE's main event angle right now is clearly Brock and Oba. And we did kind of question last week if that was truly the big thing in WWE right now. And yeah, for sure it is, because it's the real main event of SummerSlam at this
Mm-hmm.
point, with the potential of also Sami Zayn wrestling, with all the possibility of Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Right now, there are three official matches for SummerSlam, two of them based on, well, I can't even say that. One of them based on Queen of the Ring, because the King of the Ring match didn't end up happening. We have Liv Morgan versus Io Sky for the women's world title. We have Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell. And we have Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we do have three matches official. But it's likely, I would say likely, that we might see one of these three big main events for free on ESPN.
Yes, definitely. And I think it might
And that,
be Liv and EO, to be honest with you.
well, I mean, if we see Liv and Io, I think we might also see Oba and Brock.
Yeah,
Because
no,
I
that's
think
true. We might. Well, do you think they do a Hell in a Cell on
that's interesting.
ESPN?
Yeah, well, we're in the bloodless era. Netflix is, already eliminating blood from their replays of WWE pay-per-views. Do you really want blood on main ESPN TV? Probably not.
Meanwhile, Dynamite, first 5 minutes, MJF just
Well,
ripping off a bandage off of Mark Briscoe and the gusher.
you want to talk about you want to talk about bait and switching. Now, this is not a bait and switch either. But like, okay, MJF is the champion. Will Ospreay just won a title shot for All In. Clearly, we're getting MJF and Will Ospreay. And I would say 90% of the viewers of Dynamite probably don't think that match is going to happen. That it's probably going to be Kenny Omega. And then we get this bit of news that this Wednesday on Dynamite will be Kenny Omega versus MJF for the AEW Championship. And if Kenny Omega loses, he can no longer ever, this stipulation is back. He can no longer ever go for the AEW championship. Jeff, is this a sign that we are clearly getting a new champion and we are just colliding towards Omega and Ospreay?
Yes.
This is not yes or no with Jeff Hawkins.
Okay.
This is
But
this is yes and. We are doing
Okay.
improv. Jeff, you did improv back in the day, right?
yes, I had taught it and everything.
Yeah,
Um,
yes, and
We are getting a screwy finish probably in this in this first match, possibly a time limit draw of some kind. I don't think we do the title switch here.
interesting. Well, I mean, the stipulation of if he doesn't win the title, he can never go for it. I'm almost, and I get it. There's a pay-per-view still between now and All In. We did go over that last week too. There is a pay-per-view
no,
in between.
it's if he doesn't win the match.
Oh, if he doesn't win the match, okay. So he could win the match potentially, but not get the title.
Correct.
You're thinking we have some type of count out.
Count
Or
out, disqualification. One
Okay.
Hangman Adam Page comes back.
Okay. And then, oh yeah, great. Add another kink in this already fucked up weird main event angle where Adam Page is involved, John Moxley is involved. Like, what the hell is going on with John Moxley and Will Ospreay? Will Ospreay came out in a Bane mask because they thought that would be cool, and it was still kind of hokey. Yeah, I don't know about any of this. At least we got the Mark Briscoe thing out of the way. Andrade did turn on the Don Callis family. Good for him. Andrade might be another name kind of in this mix, in the main event mix for AEW.
Did you see any of Forbidden Door or no?
I haven't watched any of these shows I've talked about.
Okay, never mind. But yeah, it would appear that, I don't know, Will Ospreay might be going heelish and joining, actually. It might be Moxley the odd man out for the Death Riders. I don't know for a fact.
Has it been a year? Has it been a year we've been talking about how Moxley might be the odd man out of the Death Riders, and it just
Not
has
until
not come to
not until
fruition
the
yet?
end of the Continental Classic at the end of the year. So we have to
Okay,
go to
okay.
all the way to the end of the year to get this
Yes, that's true.
dumbass story
I did.
done.
I do recall the Continental Classic was a big bane in my existence. No pun intended. When it came
Okay,
to
damn.
John Moxley, could have been pun intended, but I'm not that smart or clever. John Moxley, that's right, because the whole angle was okay. Pac? I don't know why I keep calling him Pac. Is Pac going to interfere and intervene in John Moxley's plans? But no, he didn't. John Moxley
No,
won, and here we are. John Moxley's still been the leader of a group that keeps expanding for no real reason because the expanded members haven't really done shit.
Will got a patch.
Oh, now they're a biker gang.
Yes, the Sons of Anarchy now.
Jesus. I don't know about this, man, but AEW has a lot going. I mean, there's one thing you can't say about AEW, that there's nothing going on.
True.
There is a lot going on. Whether or not that makes it for a fun viewing experience can be debated. So yes, we have some main events for future AEW pay-per-views. We have the main events for SummerSlam: Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Oba Femi, Brock Lesnar, Liv Morgan, Io Sky. We still don't quite know what's going to happen with Rhea Ripley. We don't really know what's going to happen with what Jade Cargill is going to do in the future, because we haven't had a SmackDown show yet. We've had a SmackDown taping. This week's SmackDown was taped. So we have Raw and SmackDown. We're going to have a future event where everyone thinks CM Punk is going to come back in Chicago. What is he going to do? Because Cody Rhodes seemingly is tied up still in the title picture with Sami Zayn. So what is CM Punk going to come back and do? If you had to put your money on it right now, kind of having the SmackDown taping results, we still have 4 weeks until SummerSlam. What do you expect CM Punk to be doing at SummerSlam?
Fighting Cody.
Okay. So you think Cody Rhodes, what, is
I
winning the
don't know.
title
I don't know.
back?
I don't know if it's for a title or not. But I have the feeling
Oh,
that it's going to
okay.
be like a number one contender match, maybe for
Okay.
something. Or I just it.
Interesting.
I, but see, he challenged him when Cody had the title and said, "I'll be coming for that." So
He's coming for the title. He's not coming for Cody. He's coming for the
no,
title. But if beating Cody Rhodes is the way he gets towards the title, I can
yes,
see that.
but
Yeah, I can
it's
see.
weird because I thought for a moment that maybe Brock would go to SmackDown and destroy Sami Zayn and take that title. Then Oba and
Right.
Brock would be for that title. But
We did
I
put that.
could
We went a little too heavy on the fantasy booking on that one, sir.
no, yeah, that's true. God, could they possibly be doing Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso for the title at SummerSlam? That would be ridiculous.
I mean, it would be a quick, easy match to give away on ESPN if you want. Because again,
Okay.
this is 2 nights. SummerSlam is 2 nights. You're going to have 2 hours free on ESPN most likely. It could be just the one on Saturday or Sunday, but I'm guessing there's going to be 2 hours of free. So you're going to give away 3 to 4 matches at least from these shows. And yeah, Sami Zayn versus Jey Uso could be a nice little quick title win for a Sami Zayn. And then you move on Jey Uso to whatever else is going on with the bloodline. But if I'm Cody Rhodes, or if I'm CM Punk rather, yeah, my purpose on SmackDown was challenging Cody and telling Cody that I'm coming after that title potentially,
Mm-hmm.
kind of because you have it, and I haven't beat you yet. Now that Sami Zayn is the champion, and on Raw, his brand, Seth Rollins, is in the title match. We have still have not resolved fully
Right.
Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Like, is it potentially possible that CM Punk just does not wrestle at SummerSlam because his story is kind of with Seth Rollins?
Yes. I mean, he's appearing on Raw, and everyone was expecting him to move to Fridays, and even he's saying he's going to be moving to Fridays in certain interviews. I it feels like it's like, well, there's nothing for me to do here unless he interjects into a three way into Roman and Seth, and it's just an old man three way, and I don't think that's gonna happen because they're building this as a one on one last time ever for the Shield. So, although Punk is involved in the Shield story in some ways.
I think I bought a movie at a hotel once that was called Old Man Three Way.
Oh God.